Introduction. I originally trained as a paleoecologist. That's a statement that can stop a conversation dead at parties, since not many people know what it is, never mind how to spell it. Actually, it's a fascinating branch of science that uses the fossilised remains of plants to reconstruct vegetation changes over time in response to climate change, human impact, and other environmental drivers. The results provide important scientific knowledge, for example, on past landscapes and on plant responses to climate change. However, it meant that I was dealing only with plant parts that were long dead. My work was largely microscope-based, often looking at plant material thousands of years old that had lost its original colour, shape, and smell. Although fossilised plant material can be beautiful, especially fossil pollen, my favourites include daisy pollen, which under the microscope looks like a volcanic landscape, knotweed pollen grains, which are cratered like the moon, and the spiky asters and triangular myrtles. My day-to-day interaction with live plants amounted to little more than tending the sorry pots of basil on my kitchen windowsill, or enjoying the trees that whiz by as I cycled to work. My professional relationship with plants expanded considerably when I became the founding director of Oxford University's Biodiversity Institute. The Institute, now part of the wider Oxford Biodiversity Network, used science to help provide the evidence for policy to protect the Earth's incredible biodiversity. My perspective became global. We were working to understand which ecological and evolutionary processes create the right conditions for resilience, persistence, and the prevention of irreversible changes in ecosystems. And yet, my daily interaction with living plants did not increase significantly. This all changed in 2013 when I went on secondment from Oxford to be the Director of Science at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew, in London. For those 5 years, I was surrounded by living plants, from the lawns and borders of the public gardens outside my office window and the glasshouses containing palms from all over the world, to the Japanese and Mediterranean gardens, and many more. I could travel the world in plants in a single lunch break. These daily interactions with plants changed the way I thought about them. I began to see plants in a totally different light from looking at them flat on the academic page or as large abstract ecosystems. This was a parallel universe all around me, and I was struck by how many visitors didn't just look at the plants or walk along beside them, but stopped to inhale their fragrances, bask in their shade, or reach out to touch the leaves or stroke the bark, ignoring those stern English signs telling them, "Do not touch," or "Keep off the grass." I ignored them too.